Next, we're going to learn several different ways of writing a slope-intercept form equation from given information. The first and probably the easiest one is if you're given the slope and y-intercept. So remember that in a slope-intercept equation, m is the placeholder for the slope and b is the placeholder for the y-intercept. So if I give you a slope of 4 and a y-intercept of 6, you can write the equation y equals the slope 4 times x plus the y-intercept 6. If I give you a slope-intercept, a slope of -1/2 and a y-intercept of 3/5, this can be written y equals -1/2 x plus 3/5. Sometimes we might write this also negative x over 2 plus 3/5. Either way is okay. Third, slope of 47, y-intercept of -31. So we write that as y equals 47x minus 31. There are two more here. I'd like you to try them. Turn off the video, copy those to your journal, write the equations, and restart the video when you're ready. All right, for this next one, a slope of 7, y-intercept of -13/3. This would be y equals 7x minus 13/3. And finally, y equals -9x plus 42. Next, we'll learn how to write an equation using a graph. There are two lines plotted on this graph, and we will write an equation for each one of them. And we'll start with the blue line. Now, in order to find what we need is the slope and the y-intercept. Well, the y-intercept for the blue line is 6. That's the point where the line crosses the y-axis. The slope can be found by looking at 2 points, and let's just pick 2 points that are right at lattice points on the graph, these 2 points, and we could use them to compute a slope. This point is 8, 10, and this point is 4, 8. And using the slope formula, the slope m is going to be 10 minus 8 over 8 minus 4. This also equals 2 over 4, or 1/2. Now we have the slope and we have the y-intercept, so we can write the equation y equals 1/2 x plus 6. Now let's look at the red line. Once again, we will see that in this case the y-intercept is -6, and let's find the slope. So we'll find 2 points on this line that look to be very close to or right on lattice points, and we'll take this one here and we'll take this one here. So this point at the top is -4, 12, and this point over here is -2, 3. So we can compute the slope as 12 minus 3 divided by -4 minus -2, and this is equal to 12 minus 3 is 9. -4 minus -2, that's like -4 plus 2, that's -2. So the slope is -9/2. And we have the y-intercept, which is -6. So the equation for this line is going to be y equals -9/2 x minus 6. Now I'd like you to try a couple. I'd like you to write equations for the 2 lines pictured in this graph. Please stop the video, copy this problem into your journal, do the work in your journal, and then restart the video when you're ready to see the answer. So we note on the red line that the y-intercept is 11 because that's the point at which the line crosses the y-axis. And I've picked two lattice points to use to compute the slope. And those lattice points are 0, 11 and 10, 10. The slope is going to be 10 minus 11 over 10 minus 0. That's negative 1/10. So the equation is going to be y equals the slope, negative 1/10 times x, plus 11. And now the blue line. We notice that the y-intercept is negative 6. And we picked another point on the line, the point 3, negative 2. That's a lattice point. So we use those 2 points to compute the slope. Negative 2 minus negative 6 divided by 3 minus 0. So that's 4/3. So the slope is 4/3. Y-intercept is negative 6. And our equation is y equals 4/3 x minus 6. Now we saw in the last examples about how to write an equation, and we really used 2 points to write the equation, but one of those points was the y-intercept. Now we're going to try to write an equation using 2 points where we don't know the y-intercept. So here's the process that we'll use. We'll use the points to find the slope, and then we'll take the xy coordinates from one point and the slope and substitute that for y, m, and x in the equation, solve for b, and then write the equation. It's kind of a lot of steps, so let's do them one at a time. So first, we'll use these 2 points to find the slope. And the slope will be negative 1 minus 7 over 4 minus 3. That's negative 8 over 1, and that's negative 8. So there's the slope. Now, we substitute the x and y from one point, and we'll take this, the x and the y from this point, and we'll substitute it into y equals mx plus b. So the y equals 7, m, the slope, is negative 8, and x of that point is 3 plus b. Now we solve for b. Well, 7 equals negative 8 times 3 is negative 24 plus b. We add 24 to each side, and we get 31 equals b. So now we have the slope m, and we have b, so we can write the equation y equals mx plus b, and the equation will be y equals m, which is negative 8, x plus b, 31. And there's the equation. I'll do this example quickly. I'll just kind of show you how I put the answer together. If you'd like, before I put that up, you can stop the video and try it on your own. And here's the solution. The slope is 18 minus 8 over 2 minus negative 3. That's 2. We use the point negative 3, 8 to substitute for x and y in the equation, and we get 8 equals 2 times negative 3 plus b. Solve for b, and the equation is y equals 2x plus 14. Here's an example for you to try. I'd like you to copy this problem into your journal, solve it on your own while the video is stopped, and then restart the video when you're ready to check your solution. Please stop the video now. And here's the solution. The slope is 19 minus 1 divided by 10 minus 4. That's 18 over 6, which is 3. We use 3 and the point 41, substitute that into the equation. We get 1 equals 12 plus b. Solve that for b, and we get negative 11. And the equation is y equals 3x minus 11.